Bob, Kim, how are you guys doing today?
Doing great. Thanks
Really
for
well.
having us.
Yeah, thanks so much for your time. And yeah, I must say, I watched all the shorts yesterday, and I just fell in love again with these characters. Pixar movies, shorts. It's got that unique way of doing that, even to someone in the 30s like me. Just to start with you, Bob. It's been a few years since you voiced Doug. You must have been thrilled to go back to that character. And was it easy to get back into the character and find that voice again?
Boy, it was just such a thrill that I got to do Doug again because it's one of my favorite characters to write and to perform just because it's a dog. I love dogs and dogs are just the best. And, it was 11, 12 years and you can hear my voice is a little crunchier, probably because of doing Raws, always gets me. But it did take about 2 weeks until I really dialed it in, that sort of innocence, I have just met you and I love you. That sort of, 4-year-old kid exuberance. It did take a little while. And so we would record one of the shorts and then say, it's just not Doug enough. So I'd get back in and redo it. But man, I'm so happy to be back with Doug. And he just reminds me of all of the dogs I've had.
That gave me chills. They're just hearing that, voice. As a voice actor, you've, like you said, you voiced Roz and many other kind of wonderful characters. Even at this point in your career, do you sometimes have to, say to people, "Yeah, I'm that guy, who voices, these characters"? Do you need to convince them that you are, Doug or Roz, for example?
It's so funny because no matter what I do, write or direct or whatever, people will remember the voice work. And, because I think people develop a relationship with you even before you meet them. They know Doug. And so when they meet you and you say, "Yeah, I'm Doug." And look at me. I don't look like Doug. I look like an old dude, with a gray beard. And it, at Disneyland once, someone was walking by in a Doug shirt and my kids said, "Tell him, Dad, tell him we're Doug." And I said, "I don't want to." And it's like, "Tell him." "All right, I was Doug." And the guy looked at me and whisked his kid away like I was a weirdo and then got on his phone and apparently was looking who was the voice of Doug, looked up and then went, "Hey, you are the guy." And at that point, I was like, "Sorry, you're done. I'm not going to talk to you." No, I did. I talked to him. But, people don't believe you. And kind of, I don't want to tell them that because I don't tell them the character because then you'll think of this versus Roz or Doug. And, it kind of breaks the third or the fourth wall a little bit.
For you, Kim, what was it like to join a project and get to play with these wonderful characters?
Oh, well, for me, so I worked on Up, and I was pregnant with my youngest daughter at the time. So my Up experience is very ingrained in my memory. And I was thrilled that Bob had thought up of the series that bringing all the characters back as much as he could, realistically speaking. I do love Kevin. I'm a Kevin fan, but I understand she has to stay behind with her babies. But yeah, it was wonderful. It was great to see them, get adapted to our new, our internal software. Everything had to get upgraded. I think we mentioned that in our presentation. But they still had to be the same that everyone knew and remembered. And just to see all that, just once it's all started working, was incredibly inspiring.
So nice that Ed Asner going strong at age 92, and that's another reason we were able to do these. And he's got so much energy and still so funny. And boy, thank God.
Yeah, it's amazing to hear his voice. It's something else. I was reading that basically Doug, the short was made during lockdown, so you guys would have been over Zoom or whatever else. Did that bring everyone closer together in any way, do you think?
Yeah, I would say so. In a different way. We're used to meeting at work and being in rooms together and what you don't realize, even if you're, friendly and is you don't get that window literally into people's home lives. And it was there whether we liked it or not once the pandemic started. So, my kids were always coming in and, different people's, you got to see living rooms and all kinds of things. And you just connect in a different way that I think we will, even though we will ultimately, be coming back to the office and working together in that old way. I think that we'll always know of each other in a deeper way, to your point.
It's going to be weird to see people in 3 dimensions, though. That's like you're so used to a picture, and it'll take it just a few minutes to get back used to being around other people.
Even though this is something new, it still has that feel of what we've watched before in Up. Was that something that was always at the forefront of your mind when you guys were making this, to instill that in this?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, even from the music at the beginning and the end, that sort of reconnected you with that, the melodies. Then we had different music in the middle, which we wanted to give a sense of the music of Up, but then give it its own flavor. And it ended up being music which showed Doug's inner workings. He got very excited about something, and it wasn't just this calm music going along with what he did. It was more about what his emotions were. But design, all of this, we found it very important to pay homage to Up, not cross the line. I mean, we wanted something new. We wanted to know Carl's now a woodworker, and Doug can now see tennis balls in the sky and see smells, and something new, but also keep the flavor of Up. Very important.
I must say that the flower episode, the part of the dream sequence, I actually think that kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was kind of scared. But
with Carl talking backwards and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was very odd. You were mentioning obviously the score. That to me was the first thing that really kind of put me back in this world. How crucial was it for you guys to kind of hone in that and get that aspect of it just right?
That was very important. And we work with Andrea Dotzman, who has worked with Michael Giacchino as part of his team. And so Michael Giacchino did such an amazing job on Up. And so sort of his DNA was part of this a bit too, but Andrea brought great new things. Super important to not go off into a new area. Just there's enough new here that we wanted at least the bed of music to remind you that you're still part of the Up world.
Just one final question for you guys before you go. Will we be seeing any more of Doug anytime soon? And do you think there's going to be talks of a Up sequel, anything like that, maybe in the pipeline?
Well, I hope so. I hope there's more Doug days. We shall see. I've written a number of episodes, and that'd be lovely. As far as an Up sequel, I don't know. I don't know what's in the works for something like that. But I love these 5 shorts, and there's only 5, and I want more of them. So
I'm just excited for these 5 to come out, frankly. Like, I'm just in the now.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to watch it again, actually, when it's released.
Oh, thank
Awesome.
you.
All right. Thanks, Thomas.
Take it easy, guys.
All right. Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,